Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have a new, unfortunate seemingly, update for The Mandalorian Season 4 into the regards of its release update. We're gonna go ahead and hop right on into it. Before we do though, however, grab that subscribe button if you haven't already, as we're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel. So if you guys are into any of that or anything in between, grab that subscribe button today and join us here on the channel. Okay, so in this video we are going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below. I also quickly want to apologize. I haven't been very consistent with our uploads and our news reports here on the channel. We're looking to get back into that rhythm, essentially. So with that all in mind, fans have been waiting for The Mandalorian Season 4, and it may be a bit disappointing following a recent release update for into the regards of actually when we're going to see The Mandalorian Season 4 releasing. Season 3 of the hit Star Wars Disney Plus series was released on the service back in March of 2023, last year, and the middling results, with the season finale in particular disappointing many viewers. The Pedro Pascal-led show has already been a greenlit for Season 4 before Season 3 even premiered, with co-creator Jon Favreau having written the scripts during the production of the third season even. Although, that may not be the case any longer, as it does see that The Mandalorian Season 4 is still going to be happening, just not as soon as we might actually like it to, or are hoping for it to even. So according to a new report, The Mandalorian Season 4 may have been put on ice amid the recent announcement of a new Star Wars movie. That new Star Wars movie being under the working title of The Mandalorian and Grogu, that's going to be going into production a little bit later this year, written and directed by Jon Favreau. And so, this comes from The Hollywood Reporter's Heat Vision newsletter. The outlet had addressed the next season of the Disney Plus series as Lucasfilm seems to have pulled back the curtain on the Mando-centric The Mandalorian and Grogu movie by Jon Favreau, as I had mentioned, saying that they're going to put it all on a working force essentially and kind of fast-tracking the Mandalorian Jon Favreau movie in favor of The Mandalorian Season 4. Let me explain in just a moment as to why none of this makes sense and why it just simply isn't true, and that if for anything, The Mandalorian Season 4 is going to continue and remain on track, in that The Mandalorian movie is going to wait its turn. Still going to go into development, or much rather filming and production, later this year though. Disney is reportedly now looking to release The Mandalorian Season 4 after Jon Favreau's newly revealed Mando movie, if it happens at all, actually. But I definitely think it is going to happen. Despite scripts having been written, 2023's pair of strikes in Hollywood for the actors and the writers that had shut down the industry for several months has forced Disney to reevaluate its Star Wars Disney Plus plans moving forward, moving their efforts from a fourth season of The Mandalorian to this new movie, much rather. The future of The Mando Season 4 remains unclear though, with The Hollywood Reporter noting that if The Mandalorian and Grogu movie proves to be successful, that it could lead to sequels to the forthcoming movie instead of more seasons of the Disney Plus TV show. So essentially saying that instead of releasing more seasons of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, that Lucasfilm would much rather want to continue making more Mandalorian movies, which at that point it's like, well, how many of those are you going to be able to really make? I really disagree with all this. Also, as a part of The Hollywood Reporter's report coming from, it was also revealed that according to their sources, Jon Favreau will not only be directing the upcoming Mandalorian movie, but is also writing it alongside the Mandalorian co-creator Dave Filoni. Although I think that we already all knew that the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie that was announced just a couple of weeks ago, it's being written and directed technically by, Jon Favreau, but Dave Filoni and Kathleen Kennedy are also signed on as like executive producers as well, so also kind of helping in the writing process. Okay, so here's why I completely disagree with all this and why none of this makes sense. The Mandalorian Season 4 is already in production. It's already filming just about right now, and a couple of weeks ago, and they're going to waste a lot of money if they decide to cancel it and much rather favor over going into production and filming for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, putting it aside. Like, they're already doing costume tests and everything of that nature. Recently, Axe Wolf's actor Simon Cass, much rather, had actually taken to post on social media costume testing, costume fitting for the Mandalorian Season 4. Same thing confirmed by Bo-Katan Kryze actress Katie Sackhoff, and also the Mandalorian stunt double Brendan Wayne, all saying that they're looking forward to the Mandalorian Season 4 and its beginning process of its filming. Other reporters, such as Beth Van Bolton and MakingStarWars.com, also StarWarsNewsNet.com, have also kind of all reported that the Mandalorian Season 4 is still going to go into its production in just a couple of weeks, in February actually. Jon Favreau's Star Wars movie is still happening. Let that, stay true, of course. That's just happening happening a little bit later. Like, it's still going to go into its filming and its production and everything like that, just a little bit later in the year, probably after they do finish the Mandalorian Season 4 filming. But saying that they're going to, like, not go ahead and do Mando Season 4 and favor it instead and go with the new Mandalorian movie by Jon Favreau doesn't make a lot of sense, quite honestly. And if I may, I think if I'm being completely honest, I don't really want to believe it, because it just doesn't sound like a good choice, doesn't sound like the right choice to go forward with. I think the only reason that I do have to kind of feel, I feel like I'm forced to kind of believe this, is because the fact that the Hollywood Reporter are the ones reporting on this overall here. And as I had also mentioned, the Direct and their article, linked in the description down below, are also very reputable sources for when it does come to those industry insider news and scoops and reports overall, whether it's rumors or leaks at the same time as well. Normally when the Hollywood Reporter reports on things, it just kind of comes as a given, like it's kind of a confirmed thing almost. Although I do mind you, there is still a little bit of that wiggle room kind of there to say that that isn't the case and that isn't the scenario overall. There isn't official any confirmation from, Lucasfilm or Star Wars, and I honestly doubt that they're going to confirm anything of that nature officially about the Mandalorian Season 4 filming in the next couple of weeks, but I think that confirmation is going to come from the cast and crew members, the actors kind of posting it around on their social medias, kind of getting hyped about it, of course. So a year ago, it would have sounded like an absurd idea asking if the Mandalorian Season 4 would ever even see the light of day. Mind you, though, the Mandalorian Season 4 is still happening. The scripts were done, and the show is seemingly headed towards a production start date at late 2023. However, things have changed, of course. Because Hollywood had been hit on pause, thanks to the WGA and the SAG-AFTRA 2023 strikes, Disney took a step back and looked at what it wanted to do with a galaxy far, far away, especially in this realm of things. Some speculation originally put The Mandalorian Season 4 as coming sometime in late 2025, and even saying that The Mandalorian Season 4 would have been actually written into a movie, and that the fourth season wouldn't ever be released on Disney+. All of this is not true, though. The newly announced Mandalorian movie is also expected to go into its production by the end of the year. It could ultimately hit theaters by late 2025, but I wouldn't hold your breath on it. That would then clear the runway for Season 4 of Mando. But one cannot forget, the changing tides for Disney. The House of Mouse has not seen the return it had hoped for in the world of Disney Plus, and has suffered a few recent misses in the theatrical realm as well. As into other words, they're not seeing the money that they want to see with these characters and with these stories. This results in CEO Bob Iger of Disney and the studio having to reassess of how they're going to put the next step forward. That means having anything on the table. If the Mandalorian Grogu movie is the massive financial success it could be, and seeing that it would be released in theaters makes you go out, have to buy a ticket and everything like that, get snacks, there's a lot more revenue going in. I think that's kind of like a no-brainer in comparison to with having it released on Disney Plus. People have their Disney Plus subscriptions, and that's kind of it. Then Disney would be a little bit more smart, though, to capitalize on that, canceling The Mandalorian as a TV show and making it exclusively a theatrical product, and making more Mandalorian movies over the TV show itself. All of this, as I had mentioned, I feel very unsure about, so do take it with a grain of salt, please. But guys, let me know what you guys are all thinking in the comments down below. Very interesting. Everything is still happening. Nothing's canceled. Nothing's confirmed. Take it with a grain of salt, please. I'll continue to keep you guys updated with all of this here on the channel. All the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.